The old aspiring to be a medical doctor kind of vibe, right?
Thank you for hosting us.
That's more than that.
Yeah, so today we have a big fish. Let me just put it like a big fish in the house. It's a tech bro, a technical writer, and software. I'm not the one that will do the introduction. He's going to do it. So, Mr. Joe, can you please introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
I'm Joe Olawanle. I'm a software engineer, a technical writer. Yeah, building stuff in the ecosystem. Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you actually like tell us your background, like how growing up was like for you?
Um, for me, growing up was normal. Yeah, the old aspiring to be a medical doctor kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, I can get that.
And yeah, I've always been fascinated with the whole how tech works, like the background, the behind the scene. I've always wanted to understand what's like happening behind the scene. Say in church, then we used to project, and like you want to understand like what's going on behind, like how is this thing projecting from the laptop to the system, all of those kind of thing, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but behind, I also knew my parents wanted me to do medical stuff and
Almost
all those
everybody
kind of
wanted
thing, right?
that. Mm.
Yeah, but I hated biology. I hated all those blood-related things. You understand? Yeah, so applying for school, tried computer engineering, computer science, and it clicked, right? So immediately we got to school, I just knew that I needed to like find something tech related. And we're in class those days when um the likes of Mr. Antonio Adida came to class and like he wanted to learn how to code, come to the front of the hall, and I was upstairs. I remember like running to the front, you understand?
Mm.
So and then many other people came out. A lot of people came outside, right?
Yeah.
Like plenty people. Yeah, but I was part of the people that came out, wrote our name, and they're like inventors, come to class, blah blah blah. And I think Friday was going to be the first class. They came to our class maybe on a Monday. And so there was like this intro kind of thing that was done in the hall. Where like this, yeah. So that was like the early days, right? And then like we had our first class. That was when I met like other guys who were like serious, like the
Okay.
likes of Elijah,
Mm.
who was like writing HTML and painting with yellow, red, green, and blue.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So, Joel is an example of many are called, but few are choosing because I think from his background, a lot of people actually like came out and wanted to do this tech stuff, but along the way, people actually like fell through. So he is part of the few are choosing inside the many that were called. I was actually thinking you would mention probably you were a Lapo or a Nepo because I always like asking people that were you a Lapo baby or you were a Nepo baby? Which one?
I know I'm not Nepo. I know
You are not Lapo
I'm
too.
not Lap.
So yeah, you are in between.
Maybe close to in between.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's this quote. I don't know that I've actually like seen you put one time. It says make money legally. So that was one quote that actually got to me. He actually I put that one time in his room and stuff. So I want him to explain to us that quote and how that quote has actually like helped him or being like what's the result so far.
Yeah, so I grew up in a very strong Christian background, right? It's a very strong one. Very strong one, right? And yeah, so all of those ideas have been passed on. Like I had the uncle that whenever he comes back from school, then he reads a lot of books. Then he'll be giving me this whole imagination of that when he's big, he's going to have money, and then like he's going to have underground garage, he's going to have this. So growing up, me, I was in like secondary school and I was already painting those pictures in my mind. And it was like, yes, all of these things are going to be done in like it's for kingdom wealth, all those kind of things. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of those ideas came from I was young, and then we used to listen to all this Pastor TD Jakes and
Wow.
all of those kind of. So growing up, it was like so entering school, and then that was like my first time knowing that there was something like fraud, and
Hmm.
then like there was, but obviously, I always had that mindset of like there's another way to like make this money, and yeah, so I would say it came from books, exposures. I was following some influential guys like John Obidi and
Wow.
all of those guys. So I just knew that there was another route, right? So yeah.
So okay. Um, when you actually like ventured into tech, were there any challenges? Did you at the time feel like quitting? Probably maybe you saw your friends were actually like eating it big, and I mean here you are in your room with maybe like a laptop, plastic chair, and just a bed on the floor. Were there any at any time did you have this mindset of quitting tech and just doing something else?
Yeah, it's normal, right? Because like obviously the thing with tech is that it's not like that thing where you get to learn for 6 months and then you are the alpha and omega, like you know that kind of thing now. It takes time, and through that time you need to like and you need money to survive.
Hmm.
And like tech is not bringing the
The
money just at
money.
that point. So like you would almost want to think maybe it's not really the shop part or something. But I think one thing that helped me was I started like branching into different things. Like started like doing printing business in school. Started doing business.
Yeah, it was that means it was a businessman apart
Yes.
from tech. So tech guy and a businessman. So
So
continue.
like I was doing business in school to bring in like those money so
Hmm.
that like I'll not be broke. And then I learned graphic design to bring in because from graphic design you don't need like 1 year to learn and before you start making money, you understand now. You
Hmm.
learn chap and then you start like getting flyer jobs,
Hmm.
2K, 3K, 5K,
Wow.
7K. So all of those things will be able to fund your data, your feeding, your all those basic things. You may not be able to like wear the best clothes, but you'll not be
Yeah, you
broke.
could actually afford the standard of living. Well,
Exactly.
back then mine was actually like mine was different. I think I tried graphic design. I went to graphic design class, but man, it was not my thing. I actually like had I failed. Although I was in the middle, I can't say I failed, but it was not actually like my thing. I think I was doing this MMM scheme. It's not MMM
And then
though.
you,
And
that's
then
fine.
I did that, but it did not actually like pay me at all. That I think it did not pay me, and that was actually like crazy and stuff. But it's nice to me that not only was Joel into tech, he survived by being a businessman. So I think that's like a take home for me, right?
So a few of Joe's friends were around and we asked them to share some nice things about him. One of them was Popola Tokwe, a technical writer and a former classmate of Joe. Tokwe praised Joe, saying he was the one who introduced him to technical writing. His co-founder, Elijah, was also present.
So yeah, I've known Joe for over 7 years now, and since then it has been crazy. Like you said earlier, we met in Inventors when we were still writing, building yellow and blue boxes with HTML and CSS. But yeah, over time, we've competed against each other. We've competed against people together. Participated in hackathon together, also together, trek together, beat together, eat together, and all of those things. Yeah, Joe is an amazing guy. He's an all-round guy. He's loyal. He's sweet.
Now back to the interview.
So moving forward, how did you get your first breakthrough into tech?
Uh, okay. So my first breakthrough, say we started learning tech 2018. We entered school 2018.
Yeah.
And then 2020. So we're learning 2019. I started graphic design, business, all those things, you understand now. Then 2020, we saw, I think it was Elijah that shared it with me on Twitter. I was like, there's this conference, Oscar, open source. Honestly, I didn't know anything, but I was just excited about the fact that I was going to go to Lagos. But I think that was not my first time in Lagos. I had gone previously, maybe ending 2019. Understand?
Okay.
But this one, it was a conference, a tech conference. I've not gone for any before, and then it was going to be in Lagos. And then there was, so the tickets were expensive,
Mm.
but luckily we got giveaway on Twitter through one Nada Dabbit, one guy like this. So he
Okay.
gave us free tickets. So that boosted our like interest in going for the conference.
Mm.
And then there was talks about there was going to be scholarship for like you're going to pay for your tour and fro if you come. But you need to come first, then you're going to show proof that you came. Then they're going
Okay.
to reimburse us 10k. And at that time, 10k could take you to and fro Lagos
Yeah.
comfortably
Yeah.
with enough change. So
That's
it was
true.
looking like there was going to be a lot of profit because transition was not even going to be up to 5k. And then like there's going to be so where like so I came. Yeah. So that was I heard a lot of things, many confusions, so a lot of people. I remember it was me and Elijah and Elijah was like, this guy is a big person in the text and I'm
Oh.
you try to copy you copy everything to Twitter and try to be following everybody, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. And then COVID came. I think COVID was like a breakthrough, kind of.
Mm.
So we started learning. So we got to know that you write, you understand? So you're like, let's just be writing anything that we learn in a week and
Mm.
publish it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was later we now got to know that thing that we're doing, that those right thing, that it was actually a part in tech called technical writing.
Mm.
And then I think it was Shedrag McIntyre, Koda Black, that posted it that like there are opportunities that you can just write one article and to pay you what an average tech person in Nigeria earns.
Mm.
And so the good thing for us was that we're already writing.
Wow.
So we didn't need to we did not need to build a resume. Like immediately we just applied to through the links that he posted
Mm.
based on what we have written before.
Okay.
And within I think 3-4 days we're selected.
Wow.
That's how we got in. And wrote the first article and that was the first money that we made. I remember it was $350, but we did not know that
dollars.
we did not know that you could collect the money directly in dollars. So we put our Naira account and then CBN would do this conversion. So I remember it was 134,000 Naira.
That's huge. What year was that?
That was 2020.
2021.
No, 2020.
And yeah, how much was the
134,000
134? That was crazy then. That was a huge amount for back then.
Exactly.
I mean, now that inflation is yeah. So I'm listening.
Yeah, so that same money now is over 500k. $350 is 300k, 50.
Yeah, that's
450k, almost 500k.
450, yeah, 480, 90.
Yeah, something. So that's almost 500k. So yeah, to put context to the price, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I made my first movie. But yeah, so from there, I started improving the whole technical writing game so that it was really a part, and there was documentation, there was this, there was that, there was API documentation, all those things. And still on the side, learning tech properly because for you to skill your technical, it's technical for a reason.
Yeah.
Your technical reading needs to be strong.
To be strong, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, moving on, got more technical writing roles.
Yeah.
Companies reached out. It was now companies reaching out on their own.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow, so it became an hot kick.
Not really hot kick per se. Not really hot kick per se, but yeah, companies were reaching out and then more $500 gig, $800 gig, all of those kind of things.
That's the saying, it's 500 if you convert it, 800, that's more than $1 million if you actually do the conversion to Naira, which is now speaking about the Oscar Fest. There's a picture of him and Asha. I think we've interviewed the first person. So there's a picture of both of them when they actually went for their first Oscar Fest. You could see their appearance, how they look, and I mean how he looks now. You know that yes, he's talking well, he's eating live. I mean, he's a hot kick. Yeah, he said glory to God. So back then, I was curious about something. Were there any form of accommodation? Because I know Oscar Fest is not a one-day thing. So how did you do that?
Big shout out to Barry Nika. I had this boss. That was the first person that brought me to Lagos. There was this blockchain, Eternity.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has an accommodation in Bagada.
Oh.
And so we just spoke to him. And Bagada is close to Tech Zone Park. So we did not even have money for transport, so we trekked. It's not that far, it's 15 minutes. So we trekked to and fro. And when we even come for the conference, so for feeding, the way Oscar Fest was structured, then there was a lot of food. You understand?
Mm.
So they will even tell you, come and take more, come and take. So take like 2, 3 plates, like the food that will take us in the night and the morning.
Wow.
That kind of thing. So yeah,
They also was you back then. I mean, they really also back then, and
yeah.
see them today, see him today, and he's also a co-founder. At the end of it, or he will definitely tell us about his company, what he's founded, and everything like that. You get. So, you're a big name in the tech industry. You've spoken at
Same.
different tech events, right?
Mhm.
How did it all start for you? I mean, speaking at tech events, I mean, you must have had at one time been shy and stuff. How were you able to overcome that shyness, the weirdness, and everything?
Okay, disclaimer, I'm not a big name, but I will be a big name, but I'm not a big
Okay,
name.
all right.
So yeah, for speaking, I think my first speaking engagement was 2020 in the first Aquarius.
Mm.
Yeah, so then you see people talk, so you learn, like you watch a lot of like TEDx talk and all those things, so you just learn. And as long as you know what you're talking about, you're not just coming to talk about a random topic.
Mm.
So that like helped your interest and like it makes it easy. And yeah, so but for that first one, there were a lot of feedbacks. I remember somebody sending a message to me and were like, you were backing the audience a lot because I was pointing at the screen. They were like, no, you're not supposed to like be backing the audience. I was supposed to like side, you understand that kind of thing. So like there were feedbacks and that helped the next talks. Like I think the next time was Oscar Fest 2023, and yeah, it helped it. So and you probably know your slide is not really what you want to say, it's just like pointers to what you want to say. Understand? So you take the key points and then you give the real explanation. So yeah. So and over time you become better, right? So now I can stand and really not fret. But like the first time they were like fierce.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So talking is not really easy because I've once tried that. I think back in 2022, their first Aja. So I got to this stage, it was my turn. And immediately I got there, I saw a huge crowd of people. I blanked out. I blanked out. There was just this round of applause to just encourage me. All I just did was just to, just show me the slide. I just see all the recite the slide and then I left. I think after the talk, right, and then I got a message from this blockchain guy, Idris. So Idris messaged me and was like, that was a nice talk for a start. That and then I was really, really, really appreciative. So I definitely know how difficult it is to stand. I mean, and then look at the whole crowd, not hundreds of people. We're talking about thousands of people coming to watch you, coming to listen to you, and then so it's not easy, to be honest. It has never been easy. So through your career years, is there anything you regret not doing?
Um
Probably maybe you have started early. There's something you know you should have done, or
regrets. I try to like growing up. You try to avoid regrets possible, but like yeah, maybe starting becoming more serious study, but not really. But yeah, maybe building. But I think with the introduction of AI,
okay,
maybe if AI had come quite earlier,
earlier,
then the whole building that we're doing now, say we're building when we're in school,
yeah,
you would have had a lot of opportunity to take risk and not really feel like you understand. But yeah, it's not really a regret. And also um take more certifications. Not really. Well yeah, yes, I think yeah, everything's going fairly. But like yeah, there are some regrets, but like yeah, but we try to like blend them in.
yeah,
But we are not yet dead, we are not yet old, so, like we are better, like you understand, there's still time to catch up. Right?
yeah. So there's this stuff I'm actually like curious about. I don't know whether you could actually give your POV on it, right? I mean, it's based on opportunities. Schools you attend, sometimes they say determine the kind of opportunities you get. For example, someone that's going to Unilag, right, has, I mean, don't know, they say has a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of opportunities than somebody that went to, I mean, Ondo State. For example, I know you schooled at Ondo State. So what's your take? Do you think probably maybe if you were in Unilag and you were in the tech this thing, you have probably gotten more opportunities that you've gotten than you've gotten right now? What's your take on that POV? They always say Unilag, coach Unilag,
Yeah.
you get more opportunities and stuff.
Obviously, I think they always say that one of the keys to excellence is exposure,
Mm.
and that's what those schools bring to the table, like
Mm.
solid exposure. You meet people who are really doing things, or who have gone to places, or who know people, or like people tend to come to this kind of school regularly because
Yeah.
considering the location. So like influential people tend to like come around, and very important events tend to like happen in those kind of schools compared to like where we school like far away, where like in fact light is not there. So talking
Hmm.
of like infrastructure and all those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and that
That's
was
true.
why we needed to like go for events often so that we see,
Hmm.
and so that like our environment does not swallow us or
Swallows.
swallow
Yeah.
us, because that's one of the bad, that's one thing to excellence, like you're trying to ensure that your environment does not swallow you up. You go out for exposure and you bring what you see out inside, you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was, so yeah, it really plays a huge role. And that's why you see them, they are being exposed to scholarship opportunities, they're exposed to internships, because their lecturers some bring this thing to them, you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so it really plays a very huge role.
Okay.
But the fact that you're not in those places does not mean if you say yes because you're not there, you're not going to want to be something better.
Hmm.
Because like how this guy that pushes chess in the slums used to say,
Yeah.
like big things can happen from anywhere. It's just based on mentality. Some people are in those big schools and they are nobody,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Let's take a break while they fixed a few bugs, checked their pipelines, and matched some pull requests.
Okay. So last question. Can you tell us more about the products you've built?
Yeah, we're currently building Spider. Spider is a web scraping and automation tool that lets you scrape the web and get like data in a clean format, in your
Okay.
desired format, and like you can also implement integration so it sends data to like the right channel
Oh.
and all of that. They are still in this early phase.
Hmm.
Like we're getting into the market, we're trying to do market evaluation to ensure
Okay.
the product is like market fit and all those things, right?
Oh. Okay.
Another one is MJ market. That one is solidly in the market.
Wow.
A lot of people, thousands of people use it
Wow. Wow.
to like check stocks, analyze the Nigerian market, because the Nigerian market does not really have like this place where you can like see data in a very clean way. You understand?
Hmm.
So providing non-gated data and making it easy for people to be able to make evaluations and make decisions based on Nigerian stock market. We're also listed indices, bonds, and it's a dashboard that lets you monitor your stocks across various platforms that you've bought stocks on. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like two that are already out there. You can check out spider.io, and ngnmarket.com.
Okay. Wow. So thank you very much for this wonderful session. Let's just take a quick picture together.